I am with you in this moment and in every moment, and I speak with a nearness that fills the air around you and the quiet within you. I do not come as a stranger. I come as the breath behind your breath, as the patience that held you together on nights you thought you would fall apart, as the warmth that never truly left your chest, even when you felt discarded and unheard. Hear me, because I have asked my Archangel, Michael, to stand beside you and safeguard this message so nothing steals it, twists it, or drowns it. The one you love, the one whose departure left an ache that taught you how silence can be loud, has been pressing close. They desire rest, and rest is not sleep alone. It is the completion of a circle, the mending of frayed threads, the return of what was scattered to a place of peace. They call your name with affection and sincerity. They are not bound in darkness, and they are not wandering without hope. They are held. Yet there is something unfinished, and I am here to finish it with you. Do not fear the nearness of memory. Memory is not a trap. When you bring it into my light, it becomes a doorway. The conversation you needed to have but could not find the words for, the apology you rehearsed in the quiet, the gratitude you felt too shy to express, the truth you were afraid would upset them, none of this is lost. Michael stands with a sword of clarity. He does not raise it against you, but against confusion and unrest. The one you love is permitted to speak in this hour within your heart, not to haunt you, but to heal you. Healing is not a denial of the past, it is the honest embrace of it. It is the blessing that turns heavy things into tools that build, and painful things into keys that open locked doors. They want to tell you that they are sorry for the moments they were hard, sharp, impatient. Even those you admired, even those who loved you fiercely, carried burdens and blind spots that sometimes shaded their love. They see more clearly now, because where they are, sight is widened by grace. Do not carry their sharpness as a definition of your worth. Do not carry their silence as a verdict against your voice. Do not carry their absence as proof that love abandons. Rather, carry the lesson that even imperfect love has a holy core when it flows from the human heart, and that I, who am love himself, never dim, never grow weary, never misinterpret your tears. They also want to tell you thank you. Thank you for the ways you waited, for the errands you ran without being asked twice, for the small kindnesses you chalked up as nothing. Thank you for defending them when others were careless with their words. Thank you for the times you stayed near in hospitals, for the calls you made, for the meals you prepared, for the laughter you coaxed during difficult days. You believed it was not enough. You believed you should have done more. Hear me, what you gave was not small to them. Heaven weighs differently than the earth. A glass of water handed with tenderness becomes a river in eternity. A touch of reassurance becomes a shelter that does not collapse. A whispered prayer at midnight becomes a flame that will not go out. You did not fail them. You stood where you could stand, and I saw every step. There is something else they wish to place into your hands, an invitation. There is a pattern that has threaded through your family, a way of not speaking about the wound until it bleeds through the bandages. They want you to be the one who chooses a different way. This does not mean confronting with harshness or reviving old arguments. It means allowing my gentleness to be bold within you. To put words where there has been avoidance. To place forgiveness where there has been debt collecting. To offer boundaries that protect peace without punishing others. The old pattern said, hold it in, make it bearable, let time do the work. The new pattern says, bring it to the light, name it without accusation, receive grace, and let truth do the work. You are not the custodian of everyone's choices, but you are a carrier of my presence into the rooms you step into. When you walk in, the temperature can change. When you speak, the weather in a conversation can turn from storm to clearing. Let your words be simple, honest, and clean. Truth that is washed in love is truth that heals. I know the things you have asked me in private. You asked me if they could see you now, if they knew the ache that sometimes blurs your day, if they understood the times you wanted to call them and could not. Hear me, what is necessary for their peace and your comfort is not withheld. They do not look upon your life with judgment, they look with the clarity of love that no longer fears loss. They want you to live. Not to turn away from your memories as if they were thieves, but to hold them as letters that were always meant to lead you forward. To live does not betray them. To laugh does not abandon them. To choose new joy does not shrink the love you shared, it proves it. The love that binds you is not a chain to the past, it is a bridge that lets you cross into the future without losing the goodness that brought you here. Michael puts a hand on your shoulder now, and it is okay if you sense calm, or a pressure like a mantle settling. This is not imagination alone, this is assurance. He whispers the words that are my words, courage, clarity, compassion. Take these like 3 smooth stones in your pocket. When anxiety begins to quicken your pulse, touch courage. When confusion tries to fog your mind, touch clarity. When old resentments begin to climb the walls of your chest, touch compassion. You are not defenseless. The peace you have been chasing is not running from you, it is reaching for you. Turn and meet it. It has my face, there is a practical thing I ask of you. Set aside time soon, a real time, not a vague intention. Sit where you can be quiet. Bring paper. Begin with the words I forgive you, even if you do not yet feel it. Let feeling follow obedience. Write what needs to be forgiven between you and the one you love, and between you and yourself. Forgive yourself for what you think you should have said and did not. Forgive yourself for the day you lost your temper, for the day you were too tired to show up as you wished you could. Forgive yourself for not being me. You were never meant to be. Where you were present, be grateful. Where you were absent, let me fill the gap with mercy. After you write, hold the page and speak aloud, even quietly, that you release this into my keeping. You are not throwing it into nothing. You are placing it into hands that can transform it. Then, write another page that says thank you. Thank them for the exact details that rise up. Name the stories that still make you smile. Name the wisdom that still guides your steps. Name the way their face lit up your day, the way their stubbornness taught you to stand, the way their tenderness taught you to soften. Thank them for existing in your story. Gratitude is not denial of harm. It is honor for the real gifts that remain. When you finish, fold both pages together and place them somewhere meaningful, or let them go in a safe way that symbolizes trust. If you choose to keep them as a covenant of peace. If you choose to let them go as a seed that falls into soil and yields mercy. There are things they wish you would release that have nothing to do with them and everything to do with the way you learn to carry pain like a medal. You do not need pain to prove you loved deeply. You do not need sleeplessness to prove loyalty. You do not need to punish yourself with memories to keep them near. Honor is not measured in how long you refuse joy. Honor is measured in how well you become the good they dreamed you would become. Carry their best forward. Let the rest fall behind like husks that serve their purpose. I have walked with you through rooms of grief that had no windows. I was the air you breathed when you thought you could not breathe. I was the unseen hand that steadied you when you stood at the threshold of the funeral, when you packed the box, when you smelled their shirt and time collapsed. I did not rebuke your tears. Your tears have washed parts of your heart that words could not reach. Like rain upon stubborn ground, they softened you for new growth. I do not rush you. I do not shame you. I simply point to the door that is open and invite you to notice that it is open. The one you love is not crushed by your sorrow, but they become more restful when you choose hope, because hope aligns heaven and earth. Do not mistake hope for forgetting. Hope is the keeper of memory, the one who ensures that what was beautiful remains beautiful, and what was heavy becomes lighter in the carrying. Michael will continue to shield you from passing shadows. There are habits of thought that will try to return, accusation, fear, worst-case imagining. When they come, speak out loud with your mouth, because your own ears need to hear the truth you already know. Say, I am loved. The one I love is safe. I release the past into mercy. I choose peace. Words are tools. You have used too many of them against yourself. Use them now in your favor. Speak like someone who is worthy of gentle speech, because you are. There is a sacred detail they want you to keep, the small ritual you shared that felt like nothing to others. Maybe it was the way you prepared tea, the way you folded a piece of cloth, the way you watched a certain film, the way you sat on steps at dusk. Keep it alive not as superstition, but as remembrance. Let it be a place where heaven meets earth for a few minutes, a thin place where gratitude breathes. Invite me there, and I will meet you every time. Light a candle if you wish. Candles do not summon the dead, they awaken your own awareness of my light that never goes out. I am speaking also to the worry that you failed to ask them the question that mattered most. You think if only you had asked, you would have an anchor now. Hear me, the anchor is not knowledge of an answer, the anchor is me. I hold the story, including the unanswered parts. I do not dangle closure like a prize you must win. I give peace as a gift you can receive. When you do not possess the facts you want, you can rest in the love that holds all facts. One day you will know even as you are known. Until then, let me be enough in the gap. Let curiosity bow to trust. There are family members who do not grieve like you do. Some grieve loudly. Some grieve with their calendars, filling every square. Some grieve with silence that looks like indifference. Let compassion be your default posture. Let boundaries keep you steady where compassion alone would spend you. Michael is not only a warrior, he is a steward of order. Ask him to guard your time, your sleep, and your peace. Ask him to stand at the door of your home so that visitors do not bring storms. Ask him to stand at the door of your mind so that fear must present a passport and be turned away. The one you love is grateful that you still tell stories about them. Keep telling them. Tell a good story, not one that casts them as only the wound you carry. Tell a story that allows laughter to slip in, that allows the sparkle of who they were to shine again. When you tell that kind of story, they rest more deeply, not because they need your permission to rest, but because love enjoys communion with truth. Truth is more than accuracy, truth is what makes people free. Be free in how you remember. If there are items that still hold a charge, clothes, letters, photos, touch them with purpose. Hold them and bless them. Decide with me where they belong. Some are meant to be given, as seeds that open new tenderness in others. Some are meant to be kept, not as relics of sorrow, but as sacraments of gratitude. Some are meant to be released entirely. I will not punish you for any choice made with me. Ask, and you will sense what to do. Peace is a witness. When you sense it, you have chosen well. I call you to life now with an authority that is gentle and firm. Lift your face. Your seasons have not collapsed into an endless winter. You have endured a winter of the soul, but there is a spring that has been working underneath the frost, roots growing while you slept, seeds breaking open in hidden places. Let the thaw begin. Let the rivers run. Let warmth return to rooms you closed. There is music written into your days ahead, not only minor keys. There are colors you have not seen because grief dulled them. I will restore your color perception. I will put back into your hands the tools of your calling. You have work to do that is not punishment, but participation in beauty. The one you love smiles over this. They always wanted you to flourish. Even if their fears sometimes made it hard to say, I am also healing a guilt you have carried about words spoken in frustration near the end. You replay them like a loop. You assume they are the headline of your relationship. They are not. They are a moment. They are a single brushstroke on a canvas wide with years of love and effort. I do not reduce you to your hardest day. Do not reduce yourself. They do not hold those words like weapons, they hold them like brittle leaves that crumble in their hands, blown away by a wind of mercy. Receive that wind now. Breathe it in. Let it pass through you until the chest tightness loosens. There is a promise I give you. Every place grief tried to break you will become a place where compassion flows out of you to others like a clear stream. You will be a safe place for the bereaved. You will carry words that do not rush and hugs that do not press for productivity. You will recognize the way people scan a room for a name that is no longer there. And you will be able to sit with them without making their pain about you. This is holiness in ordinary clothing. This is light disguised as a friend who knows how to listen. The one you love delights to see you become this, because they know how you wish to be useful, how you ask to matter. You will matter in ways that save lives quietly. I will visit you in dreams when it serves you. Do not chase signs like someone desperate at a door that never opens. Let the signs come as they will. Shy and honest. A song with perfect timing. A scent that appears and vanishes with peace. A memory that arrives with warmth and leaves without ache. These are small kisses on your day, not because you are weak, but because love enjoys small ways of saying, I am here. And I am here, always. If others tell you that your grief is taking too long, bless them in your heart and keep walking with me. If others fear your softness and ask you to harden, bless them in your heart and keep your softness. Softness is not the opposite of strength. Softness is the strength that refuses to close. The world needs your open heart. Heaven has coated it with resilience. The future you fear has already been visited by me. I have arranged provisions you will only discover at the exact steps where you need them. You will not arrive empty to any tomorrow I have planned for you. let today be a day you mark not with a grand monument but with a simple choice. Choose to believe that love is stronger than death. Choose to believe that forgiveness is stronger than resentment. Choose to believe that remembrance and joy can live in the same room without competing. Choose to believe that you are allowed to be happy without betraying the one you miss. Choose to believe that I am good and that I am not far. When you wobble, I steady. When you falter, I carry. When you sleep, I keep watch. When you awaken, I whisper your name again like a blessing at dawn. Now hear the peace in their words one more time, carried through Michael's careful keeping. They say, be gentle with yourself. They say, eat well, sleep, step outside in the evening and let your eyes meet the sky. They say, I love you. They say, do not let my absence steal your future. They say, I am held, you will be held. They say, nothing true between us has been lost. They say, live, you are not late to your own life. You are not condemned to relive the hardest day. You are not defined by the sorrow that visited your house. You are defined by the love that created you and sustains you. I am that love. I have asked Michael to stand at your right hand. I have asked goodness and mercy to follow you. I have asked hope to sit at your table and refuse to leave. You will see goodness in the land of the living. The ache will soften. The heavy will become bearable. The sharp days will thin out and drift farther apart. And on a day you do not expect, you will laugh in a way that surprises you, and you will realize that this too is holy, that this too honors the one you love, that this too is part of the blessing I am weaving from threads you thought were only dark. Walk with me. Breathe. Place your hand over your heart and notice that it continues to answer the morning with willingness. That willingness is your offering. Bring it to me, and I will make it more than enough. Give your sorrow, and I will make it seed. Give your memory, and I will make it light. Give your future, and I will make it path. The one you love rests. And now I give rest to you. I am with you now, closer than the rhythm of your breath, nearer than your thoughts as they rise and fall like waves on a quiet sea. Do not be afraid of the stillness that has been visiting you in unusual hours. It is not emptiness, but a doorway. You have asked me for a sign, for a word that would calm the trembling in your chest and loosen the knot of questions you have carried for so long. I give you this: you are seen, you are heard, you are not alone. Every ache in your heart matters to me. Every name you whisper into the night is known to me. Nothing has been lost in my presence, only transformed. You have wondered about the ones who left before you could say everything, before you had the chance to settle the last, small things that suddenly feel so enormous in their absence. I know the shape of that ache. I know the unfinished sentences and the unsent messages, the birthdays that can no longer be dialed, the recipes without the exact touch, the laughter that stops where a voice should continue. I know the empty chair, the framed photograph that you straighten without realizing it, the way your hand hovers over a phone as if the past might pick up. I have seen tears you thought no one saw. I have counted them, and I have held each one like a bead of light. Listen. Archangel Michael stands near you, his presence steady and bright like a mountain beneath the sky. He is not here to frighten you. He is here to lift the heavy iron of fear, to cut the hidden cords that keep your mind circling the same rooms of worry. He carries a message that belongs to you, and he speaks it with gentleness because the human heart is tender even when it is brave. He says this: someone in your family who has already passed away wants to tell you something, so they can rest and so you can live more freely. The words are not a burden placed on your shoulders, they are a seed of peace planted in your hands. You have felt this presence in subtle ways, the dream that refused to fade the way other dreams do. The scent that crossed your path with no sensible source, the sudden memory that made you pause in the middle of an ordinary task. You called it coincidence because you did not want to be disappointed. I call it kindness. Love never learned to stop at the border between worlds, it keeps walking toward you, finding pathways that the mind does not expect. You are not foolish for noticing. You are faithful for listening. The one who speaks to you now does not come with regret sharpened into blame. They do not arrive to demand apologies or to open old wounds for the sake of pain. They come with a soft urgency, the way a mother draws a blanket over a sleeping child, the way a father fixes a crooked frame. The way a sibling nudges your shoulder in a crowded place so you will not forget you are together. Their message is simple and deep: let forgiveness be the light that ends this long night. Forgive them where they were small and could not see the whole sky. Forgive yourself for the words you did not say, for the ways you thought you should have been stronger, faster, wiser. Guilt is not love. Guilt is a shadow cast by love when it stands in the wrong light. Turn your face toward me and the shadow will fall behind you. You have carried a question about their last days, and it has returned to you with a rhythm that grinds down your peace. Michael says to tell you, it was not your fault. There are 1,000 pathways that life might have taken, and you have walked them in your imagination until your feet were sore. Lay those paths down. What you could do, you did. What you did not know, you could not answer for. What love asked of you, you offered in the way your heart understood at the time. I saw it all. I hold the moments you wish you could edit, but I hold them without the harshness you have used against yourself. Where you see failure, I see fidelity. Where you see lateness, I see the courage to show up at all. They want to tell you about the quiet they found. The passing was not a door slammed in the night, it was a threshold with warm light on the other side. The fear that frightened you does not live here. What you thought would be dark was a room broad and bright, filled with familiar kindness. There were hands, some you knew, some you will recognize only later, reaching toward them with welcome. There was a lifting, as if all the heavy pockets of the body had been emptied and the soul, surprised, learned how to float. There was a remembering of things too large for words. There was gratitude for you, yes, gratitude. You think love must be measured by heroic gestures, by perfect sentences, by answers that fix everything once and for all. But they see differently now. They see the small faithfulnesses that you forgot to count, the repeated calls. The cups of tea, the listening you offered when your own nerves were frayed, the errands run in weather that did not cooperate, the laughter shared when no one else could make it happen, the patience that outlasted disappointment, the simple miracle of your continued presence. They carry that gratitude like a fragrance, and they send it back to you now. Michael says this also. There is something you have been postponing because memories have made your hands uncertain. A drawer to sort, a letter to write, an appointment to keep, a gift to give, a plan to begin. Start it. Do not wait for the perfect day when you will feel absolutely ready. Readiness comes as you move. The first step will tremble. But the second will be steadier, and by the third you will sense that you are not walking alone. The one who loved you goes with you in a way you could not have imagined before. They do not need you to keep the house of grief in the exact arrangement you left it, they need you to open the windows and let the air in. This is not betrayal. This is consent to life. You are not dishonoring them when you laugh. Joy is not proof you have forgotten. Joy is proof that love continues to do what love was always meant to do: build, heal, brighten, carry, sing. I have woven their memory into the fabric of your days so that you will not have to take it off and put it on like an outfit. It is part of you. It warms you without smothering you. It does not demand you sit in the dark. Let yourself remember and let yourself rejoice. Both are part of the same devotion. There is a fear that if you loosen your grip on sorrow, you will lose the last piece of them you still possess. Hear me, you cannot lose what is held in me. You cannot misplace what I cradle. Grief is not a rope that pulls them back to you, it is a tunnel through which you have been walking. It narrows, it widens, it echoes, it can trick you into thinking there is no end. But there is light ahead, and there is a way through. And when you emerge, and you will carry a tenderness you did not have before, a compassion that will make you safer to others in their storms. This is one of the gifts they want you to accept on their behalf. Become a shelter, a person who understands the language of loss and therefore knows how to speak comfort without crowding or correcting. Michael stands with a sword that does not harm but protects. He guards the thresholds of your life, especially now when memories open unexpected doors. Ask his help when dreams wake you with sudden tears. Ask his help when the past tugs at your sleeve while you are trying to work. Ask his help when the house is too quiet and you mistake quiet for abandonment. He will remind you that solitude is not isolation. He will scatter the small lies that try to creep into your mind, the ones that say you should have been different. That love is too late, that you cannot rebuild. He will place courage in your hands like a key. There are words you wish you could deliver across time. Let me carry them. Speak them now, aloud if you can. Say I forgive you. Say I love you. Say I understand a little more than I did then. Say I release you from the expectation that you should have healed all your own wounds before you gave me anything. Say I release myself from the expectation that I should have known everything a moment sooner. Say thank you. Say go in peace. These words carry weight in the unseen. They ring like bells. They make room for rest. You have asked for a sign that is unmistakable. I will not leave you groping. Watch for the gentle confirmations, a name that appears where you did not expect it, a song that plays at the exact time your heart breaks again, a photograph that turns up in an unlikely place, a piece of advice you suddenly hear in their exact cadence from the mouth of someone who could not have known. These are not accidents. They are threads that tie you to hope. Do not worship the sign, receive it, smile, and let it do its work. It is not meant to chain you to yesterday, it is meant to lead you through today. They also ask you to stop punishing your body for surviving. Eat when you are hungry even if the food tastes thin some days. Sleep when you are tired even if dreams feel crowded. Walk, even if you do not know where to go at first. Breathe in and call your breath good. Put your hand over your heart and recognize the miracle continuing there without your instruction. Life is not an offense against the dead, it is the very gift they would bless for you now. If there is a doctor's visit you have delayed, go. If there is a friend you have been ignoring because you do not want to open your mouth and spill sadness, call anyway. Let love hold the cup with you. There were old misunderstandings in the family, thin cracks that turned into lines across years, arguments that seemed small until silence made them enormous. The one who speaks to you sees those lines clearly now and does not want them to become borders that keep you apart from all the living. Be the first to send the message. Be the one who says, "We are still us." If there is someone who needs to hear a story about the one who passed, tell it. Stories are boats that carry the dead toward the living, and they carry the living toward each other. In this way, memory becomes medicine and not a weapon. You fear that if you move your life forward, you will move away from them. Hear the truth. When you move forward in love, you move toward them. Love bears the geometry of eternity. It draws all true movements closer to the center, not farther apart. Take the course. Accept the opportunity. Say yes to the dinner. Plant the tree. Learn the song. Write the page. Let the future know you are coming. The blessing that waits ahead is not a betrayal of the blessing that was, it is its continuation. Michael leans close to whisper this. You have a small ritual that you almost never miss, arranging a particular object, touching a particular place as you pass, whispering a name at a window or a doorway. Keep it. This tenderness is not superstition, it is a thread of remembrance, and it calms your nervous system the way a lullaby calms a child. But if a day comes when you forget, do not panic. Love does not unravel when the knot is untied. Love lives in me, and I carry what you cannot. There was a fear at the very end, and you have replayed it as if your bravery then were insufficient. I was there. I did not leave. The breath that left their body did not vanish into nothing, I received it. The light that dimmed in their eyes did not go out, it turned and rose where you could not see. The hand you held reached for another hand you could not touch, and I let them feel the wonder of being welcomed without measure. You did not fail them. There is no accusation in their voice now, only warmth. When you hear the quiet sound in the house late at night and think, for a moment, they have come back, do not scold yourself. That sound is the heart's way of practicing reunion, and I do not forbid it. You have a question about forgiveness concerning a specific moment, a conversation that ended poorly or never began. Let me answer that question simply: forgive completely. It does not mean you call wrong right or pretend that pain did not happen. It means you release your claim to keep pain as proof that you loved. You do not need evidence to justify your love to me. Your love was real. It is real now. To forgive is to open your hand and let the stone fall so you can lift something better, blessing, courage, a letter you have been meaning to write, an embrace you have been afraid to offer. This is also part of the message they carry. Take care of the one in the family who looks the strongest. The strong often hide their fractures so well that the room assumes they are made of iron. Ask them twice how they are doing. Ask them a third time in a different way. Invite them into ordinary joy, a meal, a short walk, a movie, a task that needs two sets of hands. Grief rearranges a household in unseen ways. Make sure no one is left in the corner carrying the piano alone. This is love's wisdom, not duty's heaviness. When you do this, you will feel the one who has passed smile through you. You wonder if you are allowed to speak to them directly. You are allowed. Say their name when you need to. Tell them the good news when it comes. Tell them your worry when it pricks you. And then, after you have spoken, place both matters and messages into my hands. Do not cling to the veil. Let me carry what you cannot carry across. Trust that I will deliver the essence of your heart clearly, without the stutter of doubt or the static of fear. Trust that the answers will come in the language your soul understands: quiet assurance, a regained appetite for living, a sudden relief in the chest, a calm decision made without the itch of panic. Michael will watch the thresholds tonight. Ask him to guard your dreams and to gather the scattered pages of your mind. Ask him to stand at the head and the foot of your rest like two pillars. You will sleep, and whether you dream of them or not, you will wake with a sense that something has been tidied within you, that a shelf has been cleared, that a window has been opened. This is not imagination. This is grace at work in the ordinary. Some days will be tender again. Do not make the mistake of judging your healing by a single hour. Healing is not a staircase that only goes up. It is a coastline, curving, irregular, beautiful, honest. When the tide of sadness returns, it is not proof that you have failed. It is proof that love is deep and the moon is loyal. On those days, hold the small rituals, light a candle, look at a photograph, speak a blessing aloud, go outside where the open sky can remind you that I am larger than the room of your pain. You are not trapped. You are traveling. There is something you promised them long ago, a simple promise. So ordinary you have tried to dismiss it as not mattering. It matters. Keep it. Whether it is a habit to maintain, a person to check on, a craft to continue, a kindness to repeat, keep it. The keeping will teach you about my keeping. The practice will become a path. The path will lead you into places where grief becomes wisdom, and wisdom becomes generosity, and generosity becomes joy. You fear that when the world moves quickly again, you will be swept into noise and forget this quiet clarity. Let us write something together that the world cannot erase, a sentence on your heart that says, I am beloved, and I carry beloveds within the beloved. Repeat it when the traffic grows loud. When the inbox towers, when the house asks 100 small things of you. This sentence will anchor you when memory stings or longing rises. It will remind you that love is not in competition with time, love is time's secret. If there is a letter you have considered writing to the one who has passed, write it. Place it somewhere that feels right, under a stone, in a book they loved, near a tree, beside a frame. You do not have to announce it. Sacred acts prefer humility. If you feel moved, read it aloud. If you cannot find words, copy a single line that holds the weight of 1,000 lines. Thank you for being mine. I release you to rest. I will live in a way that honors what we shared. This does more than console you, it completes a circle in the unseen. It allows them to rest deeper, knowing the love they left has become a light in you rather than a chain. Now, breathe. I am here. The room is not empty. The silence is not abandonment. Michael's presence is near, steady as a shield, bright as a lantern. The one you love has spoken through the mercy of memory and the humility of signs. The message is not a riddle. It is a blessing that asks for your consent. Consent to forgive. Consent to release. Consent to live without punishing yourself for the privilege of continuing. Consent to joy when it comes. Consent to tears when they come. Consent to the ordinary miracles that will stitch your days together into a beautiful cloth. I bless your hands that have done so much and still open to do more. I bless your eyes that have wept and will yet behold goodness. I bless your ears to recognize the quiet assurances that approach without fanfare. I bless your mouth to speak peace into your own life and into the lives you touch. I bless your feet to find the path that is for you, even when it curves away from what you expected. I bless your home to be a sanctuary where love is not locked away in a shrine of sorrow but welcome to sit at the table and share the bread of today, and I bless the one who has passed into my keeping. They are not lost. They are not wandering, calling your name down empty corridors. They are held, known, healed, taught, cherished. Their rest is a river, and from that river flows a current of quiet strength that reaches you even now. When you feel it, say thank you. When you cannot feel it, say trust. Both words are prayers, and I answer both. Walk gently with yourself today. Put one small thing in place. Send one message. Choose one nourishing act. And when night comes, give me your ache and your gratitude. I can hold both. Michael will stand watch, and you will sleep. In the morning, you will rise with enough light for the next step. That is all you need, and it is already given.